you're an organization and you're thinking about digital marketing, you're in the right place. After all, that's what this podcast is all about. The good news is that digital marketing has become a critical part of marketing for many organizations. In this episode, I'm going to dive into the 9 biggest digital marketing mistakes that I see time and time again so that you can avoid them in the work that you do. Digital marketing is a great way to bring new people to your nonprofit organization. Digital marketing can include things like social media marketing, search engine optimization, and content marketing. These are all great ways to connect with your audience and to help them learn more about your organization. But there are also some digital marketing mistakes that nonprofits should avoid. These mistakes can lead to a poor online presence and make visitors wary of your organization. If you're a nonprofit looking to build your online presence, check out our list that we're giving you right here on this episode of digital marketing mistakes that you need to avoid. I'm going to start this episode with a challenge to you. After listening to this podcast, I want you to identify just one of these mistakes at your organization and take action on it within 7 days. Let me know how it goes for you. Send me an email at david@wowdigital.com. Also, I'm booking guests for this podcast. If you're interested in having your nonprofit featured, reach out and let's connect. Okay, now let's get on with the episode. So, digital marketing mistake number 1, forgetting to earn credibility. Adding credibility to your online presence is vital to developing a strong online presence. A strong online presence can help you connect with your audience, build brand awareness, and increase donations. But how do you build credibility? It's important to remember that the first step to building credibility is earning it. You can build credibility in the long term, but it's important to be strategic about it. Credibility can be earned in a variety of ways, including maintaining an accurate website with up-to-date information, using a professional logo, and using high-quality content. Even if you're just starting up, you can earn credibility by partnering with a larger organization that's already well respected in your field. This could be a local business, like a chamber of commerce, or another charity, or even a larger organization that's doing the same type of promotion and awareness that you're doing, like a national association or a professional society. If you're ready to start building credibility, it's important to remember that credibility doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and a positive attitude. The positive attitude will help you earn credibility and can attract a larger online audience. The second mistake is using cold calling instead of creative, targeted marketing. Cold calling is a great way to generate leads, but it's important to remember that every piece of marketing you do should be personalized. Your email should feel like a personal message from you. Your website should feel like an informational resource from you. And your phone calls should feel like a conversation with a friend, not a sales pitch. To build credibility, it's important to remember that you don't have to use every marketing tactic to get results. Digital marketing is no exception. You can build credibility without relying on cold calls. You can build credibility without spamming your email list with emails. You can build credibility by making sure that your website is easy to use and by posting engaging content. You can build your online presence by using social channels to share relevant content. If you want to use every marketing tactic, but you also want to build credibility, it's important to remember that every marketing tactic should be personal and focused on your audience. The third mistake is over-optimizing your website. Over-optimizing is a common digital marketing mistake that nonprofits should avoid. Sure, it's important to ensure that your website is highly optimized and mobile-friendly, but it's equally important to remember that your website should be a place for your audience to connect with you. The best websites are not only visually appealing, but include helpful information, useful resources, and relevant content. A website that's just filled with links to your organization and your services is not going to be as helpful to your audience as a website where your audience can find everything they need to know. As your audience becomes more knowledgeable about what you have to offer, it will lead them back to your website. From there, They can browse through all of your services and products until they find the one that suits their needs. A simple link doesn't do enough for a user who knows nothing about your nonprofit or service being advertised. In order to get what we call conversions from this type of visitor, your organization should include information on its purpose and how it can benefit them with every potential touchpoint. For example, email marketing campaigns. It's important to remember that your website is a representation of your organization. So make sure that it's properly representing your organization, but also useful for your audience. The fourth mistake is not using a branding strategy. Branding is an important part of building your digital presence. It's important to remember that branding is more than just a logo on your website. It's about how you represent your organization online. It's about creating a digital culture that your organization can be proud of. It's about setting the tone for how you want your organization to be perceived. And it's about creating something that represents your organization. Before you start building your branding strategy, it's important to keep these three things in mind. 1, what is your organization's personality? 2 is what is it that you want to be known for? And 3, what is the vision of your organization? Once you know these three things, you can start the design process. But remember, the logo is only part of the branding strategy. A great logo is only as good as the organization that it represents. So make sure the logo you choose fits with your organization's personality, vision, and mission. Digital marketing mistake number 5, not using a blogging strategy. Blogging is an important part of building your digital presence, but it's important to remember that blogging is more than just writing a new blog post every day. You can build a large following without annoying them with too many irrelevant posts. You can build your personal brand without spamming your followers. Don't be afraid to take a break from blogging for a while. It's about creating a voice for your organization that your audience can relate to. It's about developing your identity and showing the world who you are. But it's also not about being annoying or overshare-worthy. So don't be afraid to take some time off from blogging. When you feel like blogging again, you can bring back the relevant, interesting, and helpful content that your audience is going to be craving. Blogging also has an additional benefit. It tells search engines that there's new content. This, in turn, will drive more organic search traffic to your website, bringing in new potential donors and supporters. The more traffic that's driven to your website, the better. The general point is this: organic search will only bring you in new potential donors and supporters if people are searching for you on Google, Bing, Yahoo, or other search engines. Content marketing should be a major concern of yours because it can help drive plenty of natural, free traffic to your site with no work needed from yourself whatsoever. Mistake number 6 is not investing enough in your website. It's important to remember that your website is an opportunity to build your brand and increase donations. You can build a large online presence without spending millions on digital marketing campaigns. It's important to remember that your website should represent your organization. It should be easy to use and informative. A website that's easy to use and informative will be more helpful to your audience than a website that looks great but is really difficult to use. The idea is to simplify the user experience so they find your content easily. That way, they can benefit from what you have to offer without being bogged down with difficulties or distractions. The purpose of a website is not just for information, it's also about engaging visitors in various ways and getting them involved in future activities, including purchases, donations, contacting you, signing up to be a volunteer, and getting more information from your services and products. Make sure your website is easy to use, visually appealing, and helpful. And remember, don't be afraid to invest some money in your website. This is another one of those digital marketing mistakes that nonprofits should avoid. Okay, on to mistake number 7, not surveying your donors and supporters. Surveys are an important part of digital marketing. They allow you to get feedback from your audience, which can help you improve your digital presence. Surveys are also a great way to build your online presence. They can help you gain insights into your audience, which can help you identify their needs and challenges. As a result, surveys are one of the best ways to build a sense of community. This is because they allow you to engage with your audience on an individual level and give them something valuable in return for their time that will encourage them to come back again. Surveys can be used as tools for customer feedback or marketing purposes. but also as educational tools, providing information about what needs improvement and how it might better connect with its target demographic. It can also help you understand how you can better meet those needs and challenges. Make sure you ask your audience for feedback and make use of the insights that you gain from the feedback. Number 8, not researching similar nonprofits. When you're looking for inspiration for your digital marketing strategy, it's important to remember that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can find great digital marketing ideas by looking at the online marketing strategies of other nonprofits. Whether it's on their site, social media channels, or blog posts, these are people who have already succeeded in digital marketing. Get inspiration from them by checking out what they're doing to engage with audiences and share their messages. You can learn a lot about how you might be able to use different platforms too. There are lots of great digital marketing blogs, and there are many great digital marketing books and podcasts like this one that you can listen to. So make sure you're doing your research in order to find inspiration and to learn from others. Don't copy their digital marketing strategy verbatim. Make sure that you're taking inspiration, but you're still developing your own digital marketing strategy that speaks to your organization and to the audience that you're trying to connect with. And last but not least, mistake number 9, not using analytics to improve your digital marketing campaigns. This is one of those digital marketing mistakes that nonprofits usually avoid. Analytics are an important part of digital marketing. They allow you to understand how your audience interacts with your website and with your social media posts. This can help you improve your digital presence and help you identify what works and resonates from what doesn't. Analytics is the measurement and collection of data about your digital presence, specifically in relation to how people interact with your posts on social media platforms or the pages on your website. Analytics can help you understand what works best when it comes to content creation and marketing. You will be better able to identify which aspects of a post resonate most with readers or listeners by looking at the analytics, such as likes, shares, retweets, comments, etc. Reviewing your digital marketing analytics on a regular basis is important. I highly recommend at least once a quarter, and if you have the time, to do that at least once a month. You want to make sure you are on track for your goals and that the work you're doing is reaching your target audience. Reviewing analytics will tell you whether or not a post was shared across social media platforms like Twitter or Facebook. You can also see how many impressions a video had in relation to the number of views it received. These insights help marketers understand what type of content resonates with their consumers, which helps them figure out future posts or ads that they might be thinking about creating. So in conclusion, those are the 9 marketing mistakes that often come to mind and come to light when I start working with new clients through my agency. Know this, if you don't have the budget to hire a partner who can help you with these mistakes, start fixing one of them today. Take your time to prioritize and strategize. But know this, the key to success is to take some kind of action, which is why I challenged you at the start of this podcast to take one and within a week, start taking some kind of action. Planning and meeting are great, but you'll only be able to create difference once you start taking action.